everyone. For today's presentation, we're gonna talk about what is digital self.
So our introduction is learning objectives. And we have three parts of learning objectives. So the first one is define online identity, compare real identity versus online identity. And the last one is describe the influence of the internet on sexuality and gender. So let's start. So our first discussion will discuss by Daniel Sanchez.
Self in the age of technology. One cannot deny how technology has influenced humans. Social media and other virtual communities play a crucial role in informing one's self and identity. Social media are online communications tools that enable people to interact with each other. Social media allow people to express themselves. Through social media, a person may act and interact differently from one another. The digital age has profoundly impacted our understanding of the self. We are no longer solely defined by our physical presence but also by our online personas. Extended self in the digital world. Dematerialization. Documents, photos, videos, and music are now largely invisible that may be stored locally or in the cloud. Embodiment. Just like our possessions, we too have lost the constraints of our physical bodies. People who join virtual communities are disembodied and re-embodied as avatars. Sharing. Sharing information online is easy, and most people share it. Hence, accessing and downloading this information for free has the internet world. Self in the age of technology. One cannot deny how technology has influenced humans. Social media and other virtual communities play a crucial role in informing one's self and identity. Social media are online communications tools that enable people to interact with each other.
Identity of the online. All the information online is posted by you or those with access to your social media site. Focus ka pag tumagal na, makukuha na yung identity mo doon. Kung mag-post ka man sa Facebook, sa TikTok, sa YouTube, o sa natawag na Google, is makukuha na yung lahat ng identity mo. Tungkol sa'yo, tungkol sa mga friends mo. Yun ang digital identity.
Disinhibition effect. The online disinhibition effect refers to the absence of social boundaries, restriction, reservation, and inhibition when communicating online. Disinhibition effect ay isang fenomeno kung saan ang mga tao ay mas mahalaga at mas matapang na magsalita o kumilos sa online pagkumpara sa personal. Invisibility. Anonymity is also locked down and renders to invisible. We do not have to look someone in the eyes to communicate. With this is the easier of us to some of our words and strike when you are invisible. Your reservations are low because you do not have a worry about your body, language, tone, etc. Synchronicity. That asynchronous nature of the internet allows you to think before you click, which can save you from trouble later. Dissociated imagination. Online social space can be a vacation to our imagination where we are free to think, speak, and communication.
Selective self-presentation and impression management online. Self-presentation is the process of controlling how one is perceived by other people. To build positive image, a person may carefully select the information they provide. about themselves. Ang selective self-presentation and impression management ay ang proseso ng maingat na pagpili ng impormasyong binabahagi tungkol sa sarili upang kontrolin kung paano nakikita ng ibang tao. Selective self-presentation is when someone chooses what information to share themselves to make a good impression online. This can mean sharing and only positive things or giving false information. Impression management is when people try to shape other opinions by controlling what they reveal during online transactions.
What is digital citizenship? Digital citizenship refers to the appropriate and responsible behavior with regard to the use of technology. Ito ay ang responsable nating paggamit sa internet at technology. It contains online safety, cyberbullying awareness, respectful communication. These are the 9 fundamental elements of digital citizenship. It contains respect, educate, and protect. We have digital access. Digital access refers to the ability of individuals to use digital technologies, including the internet, computers, and mobile devices. Digital etiquette refers to the set of guidelines and practices for respectful and responsible behavior online. Example of this is respect privacy, think before you post, avoid spamming, respect yourself, use appropriate language. Digital law, the legal issues related to the use of digital technologies, including the internet, software, digital content, and respect intellectual property rights. Digital communication is process of exchanging messages, information, and ideas using digital technologies and platforms. Digital literacy refers to the ability to effectively and critically navigate, evaluate, and create information using digital technologies. Digital commerce. Digital commerce refers to the buying and selling goods and services over the internet. Digital rights and responsibilities. Know the basic rights to privacy and freedom of speech. Digital safety and security. Know how to protect information online that may cause harm. Digital health and wellness. Need for us to know the health risks of technology like internet addiction.
Okay, so good afternoon everyone. My name is Matt Guillermo Inosarya and I'm an assistant leader of Group 6. So, what comes to your mind when it talks about cyberbullying? Okay, so for me, cyberbullying is an intentional harmful behavior with the use of information and communication, technologies to harmful an individual or group of individuals repeatedly over a period of time. So, a cyberbullying for me is ito yung pang-aaway mo or pang-aaway mo doon sa person na hindi siya harap-harapan. So, ito yung idadaan mo lahat sa Facebook, sa Messenger, na kung saan doon mo ibuboost yung confidence mo para awayin lang yung isang tao. Pag gigil na gigil ka, doon mo binuboost yung lahat ng galit mo sa isang tao and at the same time nasasabi mo lahat ng mga hinanaing mo. So, minsan din kasi, madaming tao na magaling lang sa parinig-parinig when it comes to social media. So we are going to tackle about some common forms of cyberbullying. So we have 5 types of forms of cyberbullying. So the first one is flaming. It is done by sending or posting impolite, vulgar, online messages to a person or groups of people or persons. So when we say flaming, ito yung mga sinisend ng mga tao or like for example, nag-send ako ng picture ko na na bad shot, like ganyan, bad shot. So, tapos, sinend ko siya ngayon, or sinend ko siya sa isang person na pinagkakatiwalaan ko. And then, after that, yung picture na yun na sinend ko is ibubulgar niya or isasend niya doon sa ibang tao. So, that is framing. So, the second one is online harassment. Consistently and repeatedly sending offensive messages to a person. When we say online harassment, that is one of the popular here in our country. And then at the same time, ito yung mga ginagawa ngayon ng mga tao na kung saan parang pambablackmail nila ito. So, number 3 is cyber talking. It includes threats of harm and physical threats. So, when we say cyber stalking, ito yung merong nagpapadala sa'yo ng death threats, okay? Through social media or in person man. And at the same time, it includes threats of harm, even physical. So, yung ano nila is yung physical threats nila sa'yo is pwede silang bigyan ka ng sulat, padalahan ng sulat sa inyong bahay or through messenger. Okay, so fourth is sexting. It is done by sending sexually implicit messages to someone. So, yun nga po yung sinasabi ko. Sexting. When we say sex, from the word itself, sexting. Dito po is parang online harassment din siya. Dahil, ang example ko po dito, LDR sila. Okay? LDR sila and at the same time. So, parang naiinip sila like ganon. So, sorry for this explanation and I hope that you understand my explanation. So, dito sa sexting is, yun na nga po, yung sa sinasabi ko sa first generation nitong ating century. So, itong sexting is, pwede siyang pang nudes or it is something like sa LDR. Like, natakal ko kanina na yung mga ginagawa ng mga magjowa is kapag naiinip na sila, so gagawin na nila kung ano yung mga gusto nilang gawin. And the fifth is, and the last one is inclusion. When we say inclusion, it is done by excluding or blocking someone from an online group. So ito, like for example, ako, may isa akong kaaway sa classmate ko sa aming room. Parang ikaw, hit mo yung isang people na yon, and at the same time, ang gagawin mo, if ikaw yung admin is parang ibablock mo na lang siya sa isang group. Like for example, important yung group na yon, tapos ibablock mo siya. So parang wala na siyang makakalap na information about your school, diba? So that is inclusion. It is done by excluding or blocking someone from an online group. So that is the 5 common forms of cyberbullying. So what is the 5 forms of cyberbullying? The first one is flaming. Number 2 is online harassment. Number 3, cyber stalking. Number 4, sexting. And number 5, inclusion.
The digital self is all about how you believe in online, how you respect other posts, how you post, and how you communicate with others.